Okay, we'll call to order the Raymore Parks and Rec monthly meeting for Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024. Can I get a roll call, please?
Yes, sir. Member Keys.
Present.
Member Mapes.
Here.
Member Cooper.
Present.
Member Troutman.
Present.
Member Manson.
Present.
Member Collier.
Present.
And Member Scott.
Present.
Okay, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. Next to personal appearances, seeing none, we'll move right into the consent agenda.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Bill.
I move that we approve the park board minutes from January 23rd, 2024, the park board minutes from the special meeting we had on February 13th, 2024, and the park board minutes from the special meeting on March 12th, 2024.
Thank you, sir. Do I have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Hearing a first and second, any discussion? Seeing none, we'll go right to vote. All those in favor? Passes 7-0. Next, staff reports. Director?
Thank you, sir. I will ask Superintendent Brennan to give a recreation report.
Thank you, sir. Members of the board, I have submitted a written report, but I did want to highlight a few items. The first being we'll have our annual Touch a Truck event on Saturday, May 4th at Recreation Park from 9 to 12. We will have a sensory-friendly hour from 9 to 10, so no horns or sirens or loud noises. For that first hour, it should be a pretty calm setting for anyone that wants to attend. At that time, and we'll also have Kona Ice present, selling shaved ice throughout the event. I also did want to highlight that our athletic coordinator, Nick Cook, has been very busy this time of the year. We currently have soccer, social soccer, flag football, and volleyball currently in the middle of their respective seasons. And then we also have our baseball, softball, season that just kicked off this week with practices. Nick held his coaches meeting last Thursday at the Raymore Activity Center. And then I did want to highlight, I did want to kind of throw some numbers at you guys just to kind of show you the growth that we've seen in our athletic programs from last spring to now. Soccer, we have 62 more kids registered this spring than we did last season. Flag football, we've got 65 kids more registered this year. Volleyball is up 27 players. We've got baseball and softball saw an increase of 26 players, and then our tiny soccer and tiny t-ball are both filled to max capacity, and we actually even added a few kids into each class, so they're actually over capacity. All in all, we've got 177 more kids registered this year compared to last year's numbers, and that does not include tiny kickball, which has not opened registrations yet. Those will open the beginning of May. So with that concludes my staff report, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you guys may have.
Any questions? Thank you, sir. Director?
I'll ask Superintendent Rulo for a parks report.
Thank you. I also submitted a written report. I just wanted to touch on a couple items. I was excited to tell you guys that the Tree City USA reapplication that I sent in last December got heard back about 2 weeks ago. We were accepted again for year 11, so that's always a good thing. Hopefully I'll remember to put the stickers up this year and on the signs. So also, if you guys are down by Rec Park, you may notice on the south side of the playground where the white vinyl fence, there's two sections of white vinyl fence there. We took the south section out. The kids kept getting on it and breaking it faster than we could fix it. We removed the south side, we left the west, obviously, so kids can't get near the road, but our intentions is sooner or later to put it in the budget to take all the white vinyl fence out and replace it with the black vinyl like we have that matches the rest of the park. So you may see that in the near future. Also, the new trail project, the big trail project, started Monday down in Recreation Park. We had them start inside the baseball complex to hopefully get all 4, or actually 5 entrances into the baseball complex done before baseball leagues start. And if anyone out there is going to be in Recreation Park this summer, it's going to be very busy with construction down there. We have trail projects. This is our second trail project already. We have a disc golf course realignment project coming up. So bear with us. It'll look a little messy for quite a while, but hopefully in the long run, it's going to come back and look much better than it is. That concludes my report, and I will be glad to answer any questions.
Any questions? No, thank you, Superintendent. Director?
I've also submitted a staff report, just a couple things to make note of, and we'll go into more details in our work session when we review our capital projects. But we continue to make progress on the RAC. If you drive by the Recreation Park, you'll notice that the full building is now enclosed, glass and doors are up. And so with that being done, what I'd like to offer is later in May, possibly that second week of May, or even our work session in the last week of May, maybe meet out there for a work session so I can give you guys a tour as we start getting closer to finishing on the inside and things like that, so you can get an idea of what is actually going on out there. I think you'll be surprised at how big it is. Right now they're tearing out the interior wall that was once the west side. So it's about to be really opened up on the inside. Also, like Mr. Rulo said, we have disc golf project. We've been working on that, and honestly, it wasn't a major priority through the years, so it feels like we've been talking about it, but it did take a while for us to be able to get Mr. Eastwood's designs in a format that can be bid out. It's almost like 2 different languages, and we got to figure out how to translate that. But we are at that point, and so that project's probably going to go out to bid within the next week. And pickleball and basketball, as well as the Centerview project, have our pre-construction meetings, and we'll have a date. So I would anticipate all 3 of those projects will have started by the next time that we meet officially and get those things done as well. And everything else I plan on addressing during our work session. Unless you have any questions, that concludes my staff report.
Any questions for the director? None? Thank you, Director. We have no unfinished business, and we have no new business, and we have no, yes,
I'll add
Yep.
something as we wrap up. I forgot to mention, in the miscellaneous items are the notes from the work sessions that we've had. We'll be bringing in some policies that we have talked about over the past 6 months for official adoption. And we do have the first budget, the 6-month in budget attached here as well. But why I bring that up is our budget season officially starts. So starting next week, the 3 of us up here will begin working on our budgets, which are end-of-year projections, things of that nature. So you're going to start seeing a lot more budget updates during our meetings as we get close to the department meetings in June. And typical of what we've been trying to do the past couple years as opposed to years in past is we're pushing our process of the park board back. We used to start way early and seemed like budget never ended. So what we're trying to do now is kind of flip that process where we as staff do the legwork and then we present it to you for questions and answering. and then go into the approval process, very similar to what we did last year, if you guys remember that. So you really didn't see a whole lot of budgeting up until the end where we had done all the legwork, mostly because that's what we do. That's part of our job. And so we want to make sure you understand that process in the end, but it is budget season for us now. So that concludes our staff report for the night.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay, all right. Seeing no public for comment, we will move into board member comments. I'll start with you, Pat.
Great to hear that participation numbers are up in the youth sports. Other than that, no comment.
Thank you, sir. Dan?
No comments today, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ken?
I just want to add the word wow to Pat's comments. That's crazy cool that you got that many in there. I was a little curious. Do the participants have to have a Raymore address? No? Anyone can come in? Okay, just curious, that's all. Thank you.
Awesome. Josh?
I actually have a few comments about the landfill, if we can talk about that for a second. Is just wanted to give my compliments and thanks specifically to Mayor Turnbow, City Manager Jim Fearborn, and the City Council. Special shout out to Ward 3 members, Jay Holman and Kevin Barber, for all their work on getting this to where we are to this point. I believe the landfill would have been detrimental to the Parks Department and all the work you guys are doing, and it would have been a big deal had it came here. So anyways, I'll cut this short. Thanks to the entire staff, and I hope Governor Parsons signs that thing. We'll wrap it up there.
Well said, Josh. Thank you. Bill?
Sort of beat me to the punch on that. But Todd, you didn't mention who the coaching director was for the Kansas City Youth Urban Youth Academy. Who, by the way, is that? All right. Is there a coaching director? Well, for anything on, like in working with Nick Cook? There is? Who is that?
How you doing?
Oh, all right. Well, that was kind of a downer. Anyway, I want to thank the staff too. They've done an excellent job keeping us abreast of everything. And it's always a pleasure working with trained professionals. Thank you.
Chris?
Just want to thank the Parks Department for getting out there and mowing the Hawk Ridge Bike Trail.
And I have no comments at this time. So we will move to adjournment.
Oh, sorry. Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Bill?
I make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I will second.
All right. All those in favor? Passes 7-0. Meeting adjourned.